Hello guys, welcome to the 58th? Yeah, 58th episode of the Final Fantasy XIV series. Last episode we did a little bit of main story quest stuff, and today I wanted to do a little bit more, because it got left on a bit of a cliffhanger, a little bit of a mystery. So yeah. Do. You are a cat. I'm talking to my cat, not you guys, just so you're aware. So if you are a cat, then maybe I'm also talking to you. Yes, kitty. Alright, that seems like enough help. Go. Uh-huh. And let them out, my good sir. Yes, Debbie. Oh, so that's where this leads. Interesting. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume. Newly come to Kurthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to have behaved oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Papal appointment? I don't know. Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Colby, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Agreed. Since Lord Drillamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsement of two high houses? The cook did say the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide his testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Drouot with the evidence you discovered, and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor's an impostor? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He's a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that all is a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Seraprunia. She was at the eastern gate that night. She helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You. I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. You're in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers. Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. Sir Drulo gave chase. I followed close behind him. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Drulo and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew them to be false. Together we carried Sir Drulo to the infirmary, and on his first night at White Room Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after the accusation, countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Shrillemont. I wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threat. So I did nothing, until Lord Frenzel was accused. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Room Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Helena, thus exonerating Lord Frenzel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. Damn! Okay then. Yes, kitty, you are very loud. One of the loudest kitties I've seen. Nice, I am now the principal worshipper. I have all of the rosaries. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you three access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclical? Here, take. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Akulri, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must need to beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Yes. As you wish. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered
countless innocents and has made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dervanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength and cavalry. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Yes, sir. We're going on an adventure. That stone vigil on that snowcloak. Apparently I was not supposed to leave. Does this way allow me to? Here we go. Okay. Almost a snowcloak now. I wonder if this is a dungeon, because I don't remember this dungeon if it is. Like a dungeon that we're doing now. There we go. No, it is not. Okay, cool. Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Rillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? God damn right I am. Tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drillamore, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Tribble. My conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's praised crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence. All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Willimore, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw.
A little bit stressful towards the end. My glamours dispelled.
Your plans lie in ruin, Heretic. Choose your words wisely, or they will be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I've sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whitebrim Front shall fall.
It's that chance.
Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. Its ilk deserves naught better. Culry, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should have never been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whitebrim Front, and bring your associates.
Why can't I?
Sorry, I just wanted to look nice again. I definitely want to level up my crafters all to level 50 so I can make really cool looking gear for all of my things. That's definitely on the docket.
Oh yeah, I never got to try.
Okay.
Good to know. So why am I running?
Yep.
Where have you been, Akori? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil, pay Lord Drillamon a visit, and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon.
We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong.
Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and receive our heirship.
Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear.
You speak of the Dravanians and that now hold the ruin.
In part, yes. Should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that the abandoned ship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurance that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Kurthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have yet been able to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change.
Forgive me, Lord Drillamon, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without his guardian aid.
You mean I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathaniel of your impending visit. May Helen guide you, Scions. Well, let's go speak with Nathaniel.
go. Dragonfly, oh my god, they're adorable. I want one as a pet. I kinda wanna do this, but if it'll let me. Oh, it's a big dragonfly! Okay. Doing decent damage here, honestly. There you go, Ember. Look at that damage. And Margarita. There we go. Good amount of XP. Hey, look, I'll read. Lord Drillamon has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the stone vigil whenever you so will. Nice. Well, before we do this, for one, we have a request. Elegant. I thought that was Garuda. Bro, she is just straight up naked. I wonder if it's giving me this because while I can't unlock the Garuda thing yet, I can unlock the outfit. Good evening, Colrito. It is good to see you. I'm afraid I have yet to ascertain Kristen's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after this man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, leave us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say, but it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. Thus, I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, the ruins of Mordona may have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the sons is that a set of evoker's attire has been unearthed. Made during the reign of the Allegan Empire, these enchanted garments were sewn for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance your already impressive powers. The man supervising the excavation efforts at St. Koinak's Fist, Rambros, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I am certain that he will consent to a request that you be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit?
Sure.
And let's also go through and sell some of this stuff from my inventory, honestly.
Because, yeah, it's good to have the crafting materials, but I'm probably going to end up going and gathering the crafting materials again anyway for most anything that I craft. So it'll be helpful to have a cleaner inventory. I should have read that. Okay. Okay then. There's a shopping cart here. I swear there used to be one.
Alright, I would like to start selling him shit. Sort. Let's keep that for now. We will sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Actually, wait, no, we don't want to sell the dark silver. That's... Sell that, we'll keep that, sell that, Nope. This one's between we want to keep as well. Sell. No, wait, we want effervescent water. We just went and crafted all of it. We went and gathered all that. That we can sell though, that we can keep. Sell, powder flame, sell, bomb sell, aluminium, sell, black aluminium, sell. Matron's mistletoe. Okay then. Sell that. We'll keep the dye. We'll keep the pill bug. Keep the crayfish. Sell the dodo egg. Sell the flour. Sell salt. Sell maple sugar. Sell honey. Sell sweet cream. Sell smooth butter. Buckaroo butter. Okay then. Olive oil, copper ore, tin ore, zinc ore, leaves. Sell that as well. Sedacious worm. Yeah, we don't need those until much later anyway. And then I think these are the only purpose of these is to be sold. So we might as well sell those as well. Cancel, don't sell that, whatever the fuck that is. We will sell that though. Cancel, don't sell those either. And those we don't want to sell either. We'll sell that. And because we're never actually going to use these, we'll sell these as well. I'll sell that because I don't know why I have it. And that is a lot better. Okay, sword. Okay, now let's go through and let's open these. Okay. We can sell both of those then. Let's use this. Book of Mithril. Cool. Let's sort and open up our inventory here. Sort it. Take this out. Take all of these things that we don't need. These are fishing lures. That's fine. We'll keep those. I don't know why I was keeping all this. It's possible that you guys remember and that I kept it for something. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's not super useful anymore. So let's put these in here. There we go. Sort. And let's sell a bunch of this stuff. Let's use this as well. Lovely. Okay. Look at that. Much more organized inventory, much cleaner now. And we have a good bit more money. Hey. The next thing we gotta do is clear out this one. Honestly, I think we might just want to repair and turn all of it into glamour, because we might want to use it on something eventually as a pretty thing. almost here.
Ibicha. I suspected you would make an appearance before long, and I presume this fine gentleman is the new summoner I've heard so much about.
Yes, hopefully the first of many. Now pray tell me, Rambros, has the discovery of Allergan-made evoker's attire been confirmed?
It has. Truly an historical find.
Then I would ask a boon of you, my friend. You recall the predicament of which I spoke? Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Ikulri to wear the Allergan garments.
Well, he is the summoner after all. I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effect the attire would have on one with appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. It's a frustrating task at times. I fear they will be loath to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me, though, to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of elegant construction known as Mirror-Knights have risen from the dig sites scattered across Mordona. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with the 3 field researchers and dispose of any nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will then gladly surrender the pieces of the attire they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig site is suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garments that I myself recovered from the ruins. Okay. Sounds good to me. That's not scary.
A Mirror Knight lurks just over yonder. I can scarce think with that thing you're running about. Oh gods, it approaches.
Fuck him up. Thank you. Now what? Alright.
Whew. You have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my task. If I'm not mistaken, you were in search of the evoker's attire. I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You're most welcome to it. Wait.
Ooh, Book of Mithril is actually an improvement. Wait, I think that might be one of the ones that I thought looked decent. It's okay. Not anything special, though.
Praise the gods. Rambo said an adventurer would be along. You must destroy the horrid construction.
Okay.
Thank you, priest. Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily stutter so, you see, but the abject terror has that effect on people. Now, I hear from Yimitra that you have in need of this elegant garment. I should be glad to see it put to some practical use rather than shut away in some dusty vault.
Thank you.
Nice, we got our ring bands.
Knights.
Yes, they've become quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative if you were to eliminate the creaking pests that have been plaguing me of late. Fascinating. I never thought I'd be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against elegant constructions at such close quarters. It's been deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be a piece of the evoker's attire, then so be it. Nice. Look forward to getting the chest piece. I think will likely be the level 50 class. The champion of my researches returns. With the ruins now free of mirror knights, the excavation can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear for one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle the ancient artifacts that have a tendency to crumble into dust. You performed a valuable duty for us, Ekelri. As promised, you shall have the summoner's garments uncovered by my own hand as your reward. Yes, Yimitra mentioned she would await you at Akalu Falls. Akalu Falls. It seems there was no doubt in her mind you would succeed here.
Thank you.
Okay. Deeply ridiculous. Would expect no less. Perfect. Yep. She's still there. So, this is how the summoners of Ulbrich had. Well, more or less. It is unfortunate the ruins have yet to surrender the final piece to the Suns. These garments, aside from the coloring, they are identical to the garb Christian wore. You'll find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face that murderous cad, victory will be decided purely by who is the more talented summoner. To that end, I would soon proceed with the austerities of wind to secure another potent ally, though it seems that you do not yet count the Lady of Vortex amongst your triumphs. The primal Garuda is as a glowering storm front, ever poised to unleash her merciless gales upon Gridania. You would capture her etheric essence, and you would find yourself an expedition to join. Yep, I know. Yep.
Still waiting on it. Okay, so what are we... okay. So before we end this one, there's one more thing I want to do before we enter the Stone Vigil. So, let's see. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, there's a quest here that I seem to have missed. I gotta check this out.
Akory, how fortuitous. Might you spare a moment? I recently received a word that you've been researching the Scholars of Nim at the behest of the Marauders Guild member. Is that right? I see. And as a result, you can now call upon a fairy to aid you. Fascinating. Might I trouble you to meet me downstairs in the practice area? There's something I very much wished for you to try.
Okay. I've never seen this before. By the way, this, guys, is not what I was planning.
My apologies for the wait. Now, would you be so kind to call forth your fairy? How charming. The tales do little to capture its beauty. This fairy is no doubt manifested in the image of that which you most closely associate with fairies, but my research suggests that this form is not immutable. Indeed, though a fundamental form that may have been incorporated into the original incantation with sufficient concentration, I believe it possible to supplant this form with the image of another entity. Try conjuring the fairy once more, this time with a carbuncle in your mind's eye.
Why would I want to get rid of my thick queen? Genuinely. Why? Why would I want that?
No. Remarkable. And with only a single attempt. Could seem my theory holds, meaning this transformation should be merely superficial, and has done naught to affect the capability of healing. Very good. With that, we may conclude this little experiment if you would follow me upstairs.
Thank you for coming back, Eos.
Thank you again for your help, Akolri. That proved to be quite the spectacle. I should hope you make use of what we've learned today. I dare say your fairy's appearance may be without limit.
Thank you. Your fairy's appearance can now be altered using pet/pet glamour. For example, if you wish to change it as a Ruby Carbuncle, pet glamour Eos Ruby Carbuncle. Enter. Okay, cool. See, now that would be interesting. I don't necessarily want to change it from our thick queen to a carbuncle, but there might be something else that I want to change it to. Must be executed before summoning your fairy. A familiar, as the glamours will not be applied. It has already been summoned. Entering the text command without specifying a glamour will return it to its original form. Please note that the glamours for summoner require completion of each other in the alien name while fairy token. Sure. Okay. What else can I make her look like? Glamour. Oh god. Can we just... there we go. Oh, here we go. There's more. Okay, so aliases: Pet Glamour, Pet EJ Glamour, usage, Pet Glamour, Summon Glamour. Alter the appearance of selected summoned. Summon name: Carbuncle, Garuda, Titan, Ifrit, and Eos. Eos become Carbuncle, Tova, Paz, blah 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 blah. Celine. Ooh, let's try Celine. Let's see what it looks like. / pet glam Eos Celine and recently. What do we think of this? That's okay. What if we did put pet glam Eos? Does it have to be capitalized? No? Guess I can't make Eos look like that. It would be really funny if I could. Well, let's pet glam Eos. I think I prefer what Eos looks like. Would have been cool if I could make her look like a freak to kind of match the red of my thing. That's okay. But cool. Not what I planned to do over here, but interesting nonetheless. Go to the Fisherman's Guild.
There's not behind these convent doors for a worldly type like you, Gov. There were the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss, all pure and saintly like. Now bugger off. Hang about. Ain't you the cove that goes by the name Lord Colry? I knew it. We like to snilch all the rising talent, and from what I hear, you're head and shoulders above the rest. If you can handle yourself half as well as they say, you might well be of use to us. Forget all that sisters of the Edelweiss bollocks. That's a bit of fun to bob off the curious culls. We're gilded rogues, mate. And it's mainly our marks as does the preying. Me and mine work in the shadows of Limsa, taking a keen edge to the rooks and cacklers, but I've earned themselves a millin. We don't tout for members, but every now and again we might offer a promising young cove a place in the ranks. If you've an interest in joining us, tip us your daddles and we'll put a hilt on in each one, just like the gods intended. So what do you say? Fancy learning a new trade? Yes, I do. Good to see you're keen. But I should probably warn you on a few points before you dive in. Where most guilds take pride in turning their members into best bloody candlestick makers they can be. We only care about getting the job done. And the job ain't pretty. You become one of us, and you'll soon be neck deep in scum and knife fights. So if you're looking to scamper across rooftops and build dandies, or they're blunt, you'd best take up with a different crew. Think on that, and come back if you're still keen. Didn't scare you off then, Bane? They told me you was a meddlesome cove, and so it's proved. You'll meet every ounce on that metal soon enough. Step inside and have a part with Jacques. He's our upright man, master of the guild. You may now freely enter the Rogues Guild. Speak with Lone Warder whenever you wish to gain admittance to the guild's headquarters. You looking to head inside? And with that, let's end today's episode. See you guys next time. Bye!